Thank you for watching my very first YouTube video. My name is Kim, and as you can tell by the title, I will be talking about going to Disney World with an infant. I never thought in a million years that I would ever record a video or post a video or do anything as to what I'm doing right now, but when we first found out we were going to Disney World with our 6-month-old baby at the time, I researched and looked, and I found some good tips, but it was pretty basic information, so I wanted to put myself out there and share all of the information that was useful for us, or any of the gear that we brought that was really helpful, or any of the tips that we had found that were helpful. I just basically wanted to help out anybody that was going to be in the same situation, or someone that was weary as far as taking their infant to Disney World. And this doesn't necessarily apply just to Disney World. We've been to both Disneyland. We've been to Disneyland, actually. I can't even count how many times we've been to Disneyland, but this would apply to Disneyland as well. Disney World is just very large. It's much more difficult getting around Disney World than it is Disneyland, so I'm pretty sure you could still take any of the tips and tricks that I show you today when you are traveling to Disneyland or Disney World. So I hope my video helps out, and let me know if there's anything else that you want to know about. So I wanted to just go into a little bit of the backstory as far as how we decided to take our 6-month-old to Disney World. We got a lot of, oh, isn't he too young to be traveling? Do you really think it's safe for him to be around so many people? Do you really think he's going to enjoy it? He's so little, he's not going to remember. I just find that to be really funny. I really wanted to make this video with the intentions on helping anybody in that situation to feel more comfortable and to just reassure them that it's okay. We took our 6-month-old with the intentions that, yes, obviously he's not going to remember. We are going to remember. We are going to have tons of pictures and tons of video, and obviously we can show him when he gets older. So in regards to that, and anyone that's, kind of asking you or talking to you about that, you could just let them know that. As far as if it's safe to travel with an infant at that age, or being, around so many people at that age, we ourselves consulted his pediatrician, and he reassured us that he would be fine. Pretty much just walking out our front door is exposing him to any risk or exposure to really anything. So what difference does it make if he is, on a plane or at Disney World? It's pretty much the same chances of him, catching something from someone. It's just in a different setting. So anybody that is kind of concerned, like I said, we consulted our pediatrician. Feel free to go ahead and just shoot your pediatrician a message, give them a call, whatever you want to do, just to, give yourself that reassurance that it is okay to travel with an infant, and it is okay to take your infant to a very public place. So, like I said, I just really wanted to be open about that, because I realized once we let everyone know that we were going to Disney World with our son, that we were just going to get so many questions and concerns. But ultimately, it's no one's business but your own. It's your decision. I felt it was okay. My husband felt it was okay. So you do what you want to do. One of the biggest questions I had, and one of the things I started researching right away, was how I was going to prepare my son's bottles and how I was going to pump and store my milk while we were at Disney World. Unfortunately, he was not a breastfed baby. I did have to pump, so he was breast and bottle. I had a lot of complications, so unfortunately I was not able to breastfeed him. and I only had actually one use of one breast. That's a whole nother story, so I'm not going to go into that anymore. But if your baby is breastfed, that is awesome, because that would make this trip so much easier and so much less cleanup that you have to worry about. So amazing. I will go into kind of dealing with feeding your child if you are breastfeeding or pumping or giving your child formula. So like I said, he was breast milk and formula. So one of my main concerns was preparing his bottles in a way where, one, it wasn't going to take forever, because when my son's hungry, he is super hungry and wants the bottle right away. Number two, preparing his bottles, obviously out in the open, was concerning, and just struggling with, pouring the water and pouring the formula and making sure that it's not spilling out. So I just really wanted to find a quick and easy way to get the job done. And I found one of the best solutions ever. So I found these are called Pop Yums. I found these on Amazon. And let me tell you, these bottles are absolutely amazing. Pretty much the concept of them is that you store the water on the bottom half of the bottle, and then on the top half, if you can see, is the pre-measured formula. So right in between is kind of like the only way I could kind of explain it is like a stopper, and it kind of resembles to me is one of those little plastic things you put into like a shaker bottle for like a protein shake of some sort. So once you are ready to feed your child, what you would do is you would press these two buttons. I'm not going to do it obviously because my child is sleeping right now and is not going to be feeding for a while. So you would just press these two little buttons on the side. That stopper would fall down, and so with the formula. And then you just shake it, and you're ready to give the bottle to your baby. Like I said, super amazing. Cuts down on like half the time. This is how we pretty much survived Disney World with our child, because like I said, when he's hungry and he wants his bottle right away. And as far as cleanup goes, it may look a little concerning because of how big it is, and that it may take a while to clean it, but there really isn't any additional cleanup. It is a little bulkier. I wish it was a little bit smaller and a little bit lighter, but the fact that it does what it does, I didn't mind it at all whatsoever. It is super amazing, especially for the plane. I loved it for the plane. So I went over how we formula fed our baby, but I wanted to talk about breastfeeding or pumping and where to go to get that done. So one of the tips that you will pretty much find everywhere is the baby care centers. Yes, Disney did right by us moms by adding baby care centers, because they are absolutely amazing. So I was pumping while we were in Florida, and I was a little concerned as to where I obviously would do that, or if I would have a good space to do that. And yes, they have the baby care centers there, and the setup that they have there is amazing. So each baby care center will have I don't want to say like a dark room, it's just like a dimly lit room, so you're still able to see obviously what you're doing and your surroundings. They all have some type of like rocking chair or recliner for you to sit on. They usually do have like some type of little area where you can set your things down and set up. They also have a kitchen, so if you needed to clean your pump parts after, you could totally use their little kitchen. In that kitchen, they also have bottle warmers. So for some reason you need to warm up your baby's bottle, because I know sometimes my child prefers a warmer bottle, so that is actually a really nice feature. They also have a little area where you can purchase diapers, you can purchase wipes, you can purchase extra clothing, you can purchase food, you can purchase bibs, pretty much anything if you forgot it, they will have it. They have a nice little, section to choose from. So if you forget anything, just run to the baby care center and they will most likely have it. So they have the room where you sit in if you're pumping or breastfeeding. They have the room with the kitchen and any available products that you need. Then they will also have an area with high chairs. So if you obviously want to feed your child in a high chair, if your child's just used to eating in a high chair, you can totally use that room. They also, not every baby care center has this, but it was actually one of my favorite things. And I think Animal Kingdom had a little area. Animal Kingdom, I think, was one of my favorites. I actually will just I'm going to add a clip of why I enjoyed Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom had one. I know Magic Kingdom kind of had a little area where you just kind of hang out and they're playing like Disney movies, and it just kind of entertains your babies for a little bit. And it's a nice, cool, air-conditioned room where you just kind of can escape like the elements of the heat, or things being a little overstimulating for your baby. If your baby's just getting a little fussy, it's just kind of a nice little area just to kind of get away and relax. So like I said, I know Animal Kingdom and Magic Kingdom had a little area, like I said, where you could just kind of just sit and just hang out. The other thing that they do have, obviously, is an area where you are able to change your baby's diaper. I think Magic Kingdom was my favorite. They'll have like paper that they actually like change, so you don't have to worry about bringing like a diaper changing pad. We usually bring one, but I didn't feel like it was necessary because, like I said, they have like paper that they constantly are changing if someone is changing their diaper, and obviously if the baby has a little accident, you don't have to really worry about cleaning it up. You just kind of just change the paper and just kind of move on. And so they have that diaper changing areas. That's really nice. There will always be an attendant in each of these baby care centers. So if you ever had like a question or you feel a little lost, there will always be someone in the baby care center assisting or helping out. So that's what they're there for. If you have a question, you could always ask them, and they're just really helpful and really nice. So yeah, baby care centers are definitely the way to go. So not only for breastfeeding moms or pumping, this is definitely the place you are going to want to go to in order to get all of that done.